Sound and gaming. Okay, so we return for our campaign here in Coriolis, the Third Horizon. The group is currently running the official Coriolis campaign, Mercy of the Icons, Part 1, as it would be. And so far, the crew of the Sacred Oasis, having been a major part of the rescue mission, or the rescue of the people on the failed Ghazali expedition, have come back to the Coriolis space station with some measure of fame. They are, kind of settling back in when Amira, the captain, received a kind of a desperate, message from her niece that she needed to meet. When the meeting was scheduled, the niece did not show up. However, a young woman who they have since found to be infected with the mystic's disease, as it's being called, and friends to the niece, Nor, was being chased down by some apparent guards, Coriolis Space Station guards, though that seemed a little fishy. The group has been investigating, and part of what they have found was some information that led them to the house, or the apartments of a Aram Yafa, who was not there yet. So they have been enjoying some delicious baklava and coffee with the Yafas, his father Sharam and mother Yohara. Saeed, who is the gunner for the ship and bodyguard or former bodyguard for Amira, needs to handle some personal some personal things. So he's actually stepping out. However, Rahman, who is the ship's pilot, was off on the ship the last session we played, so he'll return back as we begin the scene here in the Yafa's living modules. So this is basically just a little catch up. There's these three residence modules that are joined together. This is near the plaza. You can hear the noise, the spices, this is a family area. When you went, you were pretty readily greeted by the parents, who have been stuffing you with with baklava and coffee. There are a couple other small children running around playing games, and I guess we can come and you guys can intro your characters. And if there's something I forgot to say or you want to mention about the current situation, go ahead and do that now, and then we will kind of move on in. So let's start with Nikki.
All right, I'm playing Captain Amira, former courtesan turned ship's captain. And the reason we actually wanted to find Aram was because when searching Nora's apartment, we found Nora's diary. And she had mentioned in there that Aram was the person who had encouraged her to go to the sanatorium that was offering help for those struck by this mystic's disease or gift, depending on how you want to look at it. So he was the one that encouraged her to go there and, in fact, helped her set up an appointment and things like that. So that's why we are here trying to talk to him. Just a little recap there, and that's what she's doing. Amira is there trying to figure out this Aram and whether he is working with the people that are supposedly kidnapping mystics or if he's another patsy or what. So that's what she's thinking.
Excellent. Also, having been enjoying the various baklava and coffee and pastries and such, is Cyrus. So, Crystal, tell us about Cyrus.
Cyrus is a scientist, technician. She is basically the engineer for the Sacred Oasis. She has a robotic arm on her left arm from an accident when she was younger. She's currently enjoying her cup of coffee and this baklava, and kind of just half paying attention to the conversation that's going on to try and figure out where Amira's niece is to try to figure out the information that we need to figure out to get to the bottom of this mystery, and that is Cyrus.
Awesome. So just coming in, having tag teamed out with Saeed, is our pilot Rahman. Tell us about Rahman Young and what he is thinking as he smells this delicious baklava and coffee.
So Raman, I play Raman. Raman is a Zenithian pilot from Kuwa. He's a brilliant pilot, but he always gets the group in trouble with his tendency to take stupid risks. So he comes back running in and he says, Amida, Cyrus, I have forgotten what I should not have forgotten. I never leave the ship without it. And he pats the right side of his hip, and you know that's where he usually carries his accelerator pistol. But he looks at you and says, "But fortunately, on the way back, I found a street vendor not too far away that sells delicious kanafe." And then he pulls out, a little box, and he opens it up, and it's this delicious-looking, kanafe, these crunchy little things and syrup on top. And he says, "I brought some to share it with you all." And he opens it up, and he looks at you guys all eating a baklava and says, "Perhaps we could have some kanafe as well as baklava." And he sets it down on the table.
So you see this kind of heavy-set older man, that's been very smiley and happy and talking to the group, and he kind of looks at you and he says, "Kanafe, where did you get that from? Let me see that."
He lifts it up and hands it over to him, and he says, "Well, it was not too far away. I would say a few blocks away from."
Was that Khalif?
Khalif, yes, that's the name.
Pah! Every year he tries to beat me in the baklava contest. Now he's going to have kanafe? Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
And then Rahman shrugs.
Yeah, he's an award-winning baklava chef here. He's not very happy. So he does say, "Well, I should probably try it," and greedily takes a piece.
Excellent.
Yahara, the wife, she kind of just shakes her head, and she says, "Oh, it's getting late. I'm surprised that Harama's not back. He's been looking for work ever since he lost his position on the loading docks. Times are tough here on Coriolis, but we stick together as a family."
Well, that's
But you don't
wonderful.
have work for him, do you?
Possibly.
I see. Oh, you need more dates. And she kind of turns around and leaves and comes back with a big bowl of dates. And as go ahead.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, now that is a delicious-looking date," and he takes one.
Yes, you're too skinny. You're too skinny. Eat up.
You know what you should really make are cheesy bites. Just like everyone loves cheesy bites.
And coffee
Oh.
too.
Huh.
Yeah, in fact, I heard that there's that Knopf guy is going to try to make cheesy bites himself. Don't want him to outdo you.
I don't go so much for the savory, but I'll keep that in consideration. And he's kind of squinting.
Well, certainly this baklava is first rate, Mr. Yaffa.
Oh, thank you. I
I
don't like to brag, but I've won the best baklava and Coriolis award for many years. You might see the awards here on the wall behind me.
Rahman's eyes widen. He's like, "What did you say your name was?"
Sharam Yafa.
Yafa. Yafa's baklava.
That's right.
I remember it now. And then he takes the baklava and holds it up in the air and examines it and takes a bite and says, "Yes, this is the best baklava on this side of Horizon." He nods and he gives you a big thumbs up.
Yes. I could tell right away you were a smart man when you came in. Very, very, very smart. And
He
he
looks
kind
at
of
Cyrus.
he kind of looks up like past you, like over your shoulder, and you see that the door was just kind of, it had like some basically curtains that are closing it. You see the curtains have parted, and there is a young man standing there. He's probably like 20 at the most. Short, dark hair, kind of. He's dressed in the stevedore overalls, which you see a lot around here. Pretty common. He kind of like slides the thing open, and you can see that he's kind of paused there for a second to see what the heck's going on. There's a moment, and then the Sharam says, "Come in, Aram. Your friends are here. Come in." And he looks, and his eyes just get really wide, and he runs away.
Yep, just after him.
Yeah.
He's gonna start to run. So yeah, if you want to try to grab him, let's go and roll initiative. So that's just
What is initiative?
It's a D6 for everybody. It's an individual initiative, and it's D6.
D6.
Stop.
Okay, if it's a combat action, one of the things that I took makes him a combat veteran, so I get to roll 2d6s now and choose one.
Yeah, you do it. I'm assuming nobody's actually going to like shoot at this kid.
Oh, I don't even have a gun.
I don't
on
have
me.
my gun.
Yeah, maybe I should.
You have to have a license to.
5.
Right.
You have to have a license to do that. So I hope that Ramon doesn't get asked where his license is.
Right. But if you were using a weapon, you would add any weapon bonus that you might have to it. But otherwise, it would just be a straight number.
I mean, I just came to a man's house and shared baklava. I'm not going to just pull out a pistol and shoot his kid.
Right. No, but I guess it's just a rules clarification is what I mean. I wasn't assuming anybody was going to shoot the poor kid. All right, so what's...
Well,
let me roll
could I try and grab him with my robotic arm?
Yeah, but that doesn't have any kind of initiative bonus, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I also rolled a 2.
Okay. What did Ramon get?
I rolled a 5.
5.
I used my dice. Yep.
Nice. All right, yeah. Then I think I can go like this. Nope, that didn't sort them. There we go. All right, yeah. So you see this kid start to book. I mean, he's far away from you, and he basically runs out the door. I mean, he does that before combat starts. Like he does it before. You weren't expecting him to do that. You all have coffee in your hand and stuff. So, yeah. But you move faster than anybody in the party. So what would you? Of course, the parents like jump back. They're like, "Whoa, whoa!"
Cyrus has a 2, Daniel.
Oh, so everybody's got 2, except for Ramon. Cool. Thank you. Go ahead, Ramon. What you want to do? This kid ran out the door. You have baklava in one hand and a date in your mouth and a coffee in the other.
Yeah, Ramon's going to basically try to cut him off and block his way and hold his hand up and say, no, don't run, my friend.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're inside and he's outside. So you run out the door after him, basically. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to technically go before him, so you'll probably catch him outside. Yeah, okay. You do that. I mean, he hasn't gone yet, and he couldn't have gone very far in the first, surprise part. So, yeah, you actually, you run out, and you can see that you yelled that to him. You're not really in front of him. I mean, this is his neighborhood. He knows where to go. So he's, leaped over the banister, and you see him down the street. He's, maybe 10 meters away from you when you kind of use your, I guess, all 3 of your actions to run as far as you can, I'm assuming. And call out to him.
Yeah.
He looks back again, and he looks very nervous. And then he's going to run. He's going to start running again. So, what about Cyrus and Amir? Are you guys just going to run out of the apartment as well? You're all in the same, initiative. So.
I think Cyrus said she's going to. Didn't you, Crystal?
Give me 1 second. I'm looking at something real quick. Okay, My proximity sensor
Yep.
scans several surface surroundings, display, detail live information. It says the information is not exact enough to identify someone or make out more about a vehicle type and model. I'm wondering if I could like use my proximity monitor sensor to track them, but I guess that
I think
I don't
if you
guess
were,
that's what this does.
no, I mean if you were like on a planet where there wasn't really any humans around, you could probably detect there's a human around. But if you use it out here, then you're gonna get like like dots everywhere because there's tons of people
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll chase after him then. Yeah. I don't think I
Run
can
out the door.
do anything else.
All right. Fair enough. You run out the door. How about Amira?
Yeah, I'll run out the door and I will yell, Aram, wait.
Okay. I think the parents are probably too stunned to to do anything.
Right.
They seem very shocked that you're chasing their son, and they probably run out behind you. But clearly the chase is on. So, I think the best way to do this is to go like this, because you all move the same amount of speed, and he's ahead of you. So ultimately, you will never catch him, or he'll never catch you. So I think the best way to do this is we're going to do a observation versus I guess infiltration. I guess is probably what he'll use. So he's trying to run away from you. So he's gonna roll infiltration, and to catch him, you're gonna need to use observation. So you guys can all make observation rolls to see if you can keep eyes on him.
Okay.
And he's gonna roll.
Do we get any?
Anyway,
I don't. No, I was gonna say if I had anything I could get a bonus with, but we've already discussed proximity monitor. Can't do that.
not in this case, I don't think. No.
Okay. Wondering.
Yeah, he's running into the crowd. I mean, this is his neighborhood, so I'm giving him a bonus because this is where he lives.
Oh, I got 2 successes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't have any. Nope.
Okay. Let's see what he's got. Okay, let me look at his skills here. Okay, 3, and that's ability. He has 5. I'm going to he's going to get 7. Okay. How do you do that thing to say if it's over or under?
It's the greater than less than sign. I think it's less than. It's the opposite of whatever it's on by default. So to be the gator mouth go into the left.
You'd use the advanced rolling thing. You don't type it in.
Yeah, the advanced rolling, yeah.
Okay. All right, so he's going to roll 76. Nope, not D8s, D6s.
And then the target number is 6. So it's like greater than 6.
Right, and then if I hit that, it'll tell us we get any successes. Thank you.
Lesser than 6, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, less than 6. Roll. No? All right. So you actually keep eyes on him. He doesn't get away from you. You left after him, though, and you have the same speed, so you're not quite on him. But the other two kind of like, you guys spread out a bit, trying to see him, and only Cyrus sees him. Obviously, you could call out to the others and be like, he's over here or whatever if you want, or you could not do that. That's up to you. As we come into this, do you want to inform the others where he is or no?
Yeah, I'll call out like, I got him. So, I mean, that'll let them know where I'm at least.
All right, well, if that's the case, everybody can roll, but I'm going to say, except if you failed last time, you're going to be -1 die this time.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Observation again?
yep, observation. Yep, against his...
Oh, failed this time.
Ooh. Well, you wouldn't be minus, though. Did you minus it or no?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
No. Come on, Ramon. Nobody wants to pray to the icons?
I'm going to pray to the icons.
Okay.
I can't remember. I'm looking for that icon page. I can't find it.
Oh, okay. Observation would be the gambler.
All right, yeah. So, so maybe there's like a moment where like I'm kind of looking for him, like, oh, come on, gambler, like be on my side today, and I I quickly scan around one more time, trying to see if I can figure out where he went. No.
No.
Gambler.
Did Raman
Okay.
shout out something?
Gambler rolled snake eyes.
Yeah, I'm sure you can charge them.
Yeah, he says, Aram, we're not who you think we are. I'm Raman Al Qasim, pilot of Sacred Oasis. Come back to us.
Okay. You can roll manipulation.
Right? I don't think he has anything. Failure.
He's not convinced by that. Anybody else want to pray or do anything else?
Yeah, I'll yell to him.
Okay. Yeah, manipulation is your thing, right?
Yeah, yes it is. I'll say, Aram, we just want to talk about a friend of yours. We don't want you. We want her. 7, hang on, I gotta get 12 of them. So, let's see. You know how much I like to roll out of dice.
Yeah. There is something special about that.
Ooh, I have 1, 2, 3 successes on that.
Oh, nice. Okay. That is a critical success. Let me see if he cuts any of them with his. No. Okay. You hear him yell out. Actually, two things happen.
Okay.
You kind of hear an echo of your own voice as you're yelling, and you kind of have in your head. You almost get like a really fast, like almost like you ate ice cream too quickly, like a headache, like a really quick headache that immediately goes away. And you see actually like in front of you, the scene kind of like shifts and changes. You still seem to be in the same area, but it looks completely different. Almost like you're not seeing properly through your eyes, like something weird's going on. And then it kind of straightens itself. And then you actually see yourself. And when you look up, you can see that he is actually like maybe like 30 meters away from you, kind of crouched down behind like a bunch of rugs that are laid out to be like to be beat, to get the dust out of them. And he's looking at you, and he's not saying anything, but he's stopped and he's looking at you there.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over there slowly, non-threateningly.
Okay.
Yeah, using. Yeah.
I gotta call the others or no?
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm going to just say, Cyrus and Rahman, let me just go over there. Let's not scare him away.
Yeah, you guys are like spread out, so you're
You
not
guys,
really near each other.
yeah, if you could. Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. So you're gonna yell out to them, like you're all spread out. So.
Oh no, then I would not know.
Okay. Yeah, if you approach him, kind of in a peaceful manner with, hands, whatever, doing a weapon or whatever, you can get up close to him. You can see he's kind of ducked down. He's looking at you. His eyes are kind of dilated. You can see he looks very, very nervous. And he says, I don't know anything. I didn't do anything. I swear.
I know you didn't do anything. I know that. Let's go back into your parents. Let's go back.
No.
Nobody's going to hurt you.
No, I can't. I can't. They can't find out. They'll disown me.
Okay. But I need to talk to you, Aram. We need to talk to you. Where can we go?
When you say we, he starts to kind of look around.
My 2 friends that were with me. They won't hurt you. We don't want to hurt you. All I want is to talk to you.
Go ahead and make another manipulation check.
Okay. One, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, yeah. All right, he believes you, and he says, "Is that really Rahman, Aksi?"
It is. Best captain in the Third Horizon and hoverbike race winner.
Oh, he's captain now?
Oh, sorry, pilot. I'm thinking
Promotion.
captain.
Yeah.
Yeah. He kind of looks and he says, let's go to the spice market." And he kind of like turns and he's kind of keeping his eye on you, but he's kind of like walking like sideways so he's moving, but he's making sure that you're not behind him per se, like you're not directly behind him. And he's going down an alley.
Okay. I would, could I use my communicator to just kind of say,
Sure.
can they see me?
You guys can roll observation to see if you can actually see where she's at. You don't see her directly.
Observation.
All right, well then I will
Uh,
just use my communicator to say, I found him and we're going to the spice market.
Can I use my computer to track Amira's communicator so that I can, more directly follow her?
You could use your proximity sensor maybe, if she sets it at a certain channel. I don't know your computer would do that. But yeah, you can definitely do it with something. You got just roll a tech.
Attack and then +1 for the thing I'm going to use. 2.
Nice. Oh yeah, for sure. You've probably done it before. It's a trick, you know. You triangulate against her signal, and you're able to just. I'm assuming you want to scoop up Ramon on your way and
Yeah.
follow her down.
Yeah. But first, you know what I want to do first? I want to say, wait, Aram, before we go to the spice market, we need to calm your parents. We don't want them calling the guards or something.
Right.
Because
Well,
you ran from me.
that's right. Well, would you? You're not going to tell them anything, are you?
No, I'm just gonna say that you well, you can decide what you tell them, but I won't tell them anything, just that we're going to go to the spice market together to hang out, have a chat.
Okay. Yeah, he'll agree to that. Clearly, he doesn't want his parents to be worried. So he goes back with you, or if you want to go back with him, or he goes back, whether you go back with him or not, to his home. Are you going back with him?
Yeah, I'll go back. I won't go necessarily in the house again,
Okay.
but I don't want to lose him again. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So he goes in there and he gives kind of a half-assed excuse about not recognizing you or whatever, and thinking that there was a problem and that they were in trouble and he went to go get help or whatever. And his mother is basically hysteric, but after a few minutes she's calmed down, and yeah, they are not calling the guard, which is probably
Good.
Okay.
Very good.
So, yeah, and the father he's still eyeballing you, but or him rather, you can see, or whatever. You can see that he's not saying much, and he's like, "You sure you're okay, son?" And he's like, "Oh no, I want to." And he goes back out. And he says, "Okay, actually, let's go here." And he kind of walks further down where you guys are, and there's like a very narrow alleyway between two buildings, basically between where his 3 apartments that are connected end, and like the next set of them. There's maybe like only like 3 foot wide, and he kind of like turns and he goes sideways into it. And there's like a little like a series of like trash cans and stuff stacked up, and he kind of like climbs up over it using it as stairs, and he gets up onto the roof.
Okay.
Yeah, and he'll reach his hand down if you need to help. I mean,
Then I need to let Cyrus and Ramon know where I am, right?
well, they are tracking you, but you probably don't know that.
Yeah. I will then now say, I guess we're not going to the spice market. I'm not sure how to tell you where I am because I don't know how secure we are.
It's fun. Carry
Is it
on.
fine? Okay. I trust Cyrus, so I will scramble up with him. Well, Amira never scrambles. Gracefully climbs.
She like skips, bounds, even
That's right.
Don't make me make you roll
majestically.
dexterity.
Well, Amira, perhaps you could tell us general direction that you're traveling so that we won't be too far out of your way.
It's fine. I've got it. Come on. Just follow me.
You got it, Cyrus.
Okay, yeah. So he helps you up if you need it, or at least he reaches his hand
Right.
down if you want to take it, and you get up there and you can see that you're basically he's clearly been up here before. Maybe he's not that young, but probably like kids hang out up here. There's some old rugs that are spread out and some baskets and things where they probably like hang out up here away from the adults and such. It's got a really good view of the market below. You can see the bustle of everything going by, and he kind of sits down. And he still seems very nervous. He says to you, "The guards they threatened me.
Which guards? What do they look like?
They were strange. They didn't have any beards, and they had carbines, which scared me. They said that they were special guards and that they knew about, well, and he kind of doesn't say anything, but you hear in your head his voice, and he says, my disease.
Ah,
They got me fired from my job as a deckhand and threatened that my father would never work again if the people found out. So I had to help. I had to help them.
so these guards are involved with the sanatorium?
He seems a little surprised that maybe you would say that. And probably around that time, that you climb up. You guys don't have to set the scene out. So you can find her, no problem. He looks, of course. He sees that it's you two, and he knows you're connected, so he doesn't really react. Assuming that Cyrus and Ramon don't do anything immediately threatening, he'll carry on. And he says, "Well, they say the sanitarium can help people, but I don't know if that's true anymore."
Did they try to help you?
No,
Sanatorium?
They said that it was very expensive, and that if I helped them, then eventually I would work my way up to being able to be helped. But I don't trust them anymore. People like, he kind of looks around. People with the disease have been found dead. You don't think that it's these guards, do you?
I don't know what I think yet. But Aram, I need to ask you about a young woman named Noor.
Yeah, they took her.
The guards took her?
Yes. First she went to the sanatorium. That's what I was supposed to do, was to get people to go and be evaluated, and then if they told me to follow up, then I would make an appointment to hang out with them later, and then I guess the guards would find them. I don't know. They didn't really tell me much. They just told me to send this encrypted message on this communicator, and he pulls out this like small communicator.
And you told Noor that you would meet her outside Al Said's Oporium, correct?
Yes, yes, I did. They were gonna hurt my family. I mean, they did give me some money, of course, but that's because I've made some mistakes. But haven't we all?
Yes, we have. I'm not blaming you for anything, Aram. I just trying to find Noor. Do you know where they take them?
Well, I would think the sanitarium. That's the only thing I know.
When they take
So
you to the sanitarium, when you make an appointment to go there, what do they do? How do they evaluate people?
I don't know. I didn't talk to Nora after she went. Really, it seemed to have shaken her up a little bit, though. I imagine that they get inside your head, and you see that's why I couldn't have them do that.
No, I understand that. And they threatened your parents?
Yes, I still have 3,500 of the beer left. I mean, I could give it back, but I don't think that they would stop.
No,
Making me do
I don't
this.
think they would. I think you're right. I think they will continue. I look over at Rahman and Cyrus. You guys.
Well, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I would have done the same thing if I were in his shoes.
Do you guys have any questions or anything?
Where, I mean, do you know where they're keeping these people at?
He doesn't know. He just knows that he would send them to the sanatorium, and that he used this communicator to let them know when to let them know that the people he was dealing with, to let them know that the mystics would be in
Do you let me? Would you let me see if I can scrub that communicator for any information?
Sure. Yeah. He hands it to you. You can actually do
Um,
that. It will be a -2 on data gen, though. It's a data gen roll
uh,
-2.
okay, can I use my computer to give me a +1?
Absolutely.
All right. Then I will do that and data gen.
Nice.
One limited success.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, you don't get like an exact triangulation like you did when you were finding a mirror, but you definitely get an idea of where it is in the Coriolis space station, or where it was coming from, and it is actually, based on the information you have, it is actually kind of near where the sanatorium is. Not exactly at it, as far as you can tell, but it's in that same level or area is where the signal is coming from.
Okay.
Did you ever use Fatma's? I think that's what it was called. As a meeting place? Aram, when you met these people? For the guards to get? Or did you just use Al Said's?
Oh, no, I mean, we used different places. Fatma's. Oh, I don't remember using that. Maybe. Usually I used bigger places where we wouldn't be noticed, not small food stands. Larger areas.
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, well, I was gonna say there weren't that many, but wow, it catches up to you so quickly. I didn't mean to hurt anybody.
Well, it's not your fault, but I think people are being hurt. People like you.
He nods. He can actually put together a list, and he will, of the people that he kind of informed on, whether he sent them to the sanatorium or just told them about the guards. Some of them, he doesn't know if they would take it or not, clearly, because he made these meetings and then whether or not he ever saw them again. But he said with Nor, they had actually become, friends, and he felt, really bad. Typically, there were people he only met once or twice, but he didn't want to. But they already knew about her because she went to the sanatorium. She didn't want to be afflicted with a disease. I don't think anybody does. I don't know why it picked us.
No, we don't know why. Only the icons know why. I don't think you can do this anymore, though, Aram. I think this is a very bad thing.
Yes, you're right. I don't know what to do, though. They said that my father will never work again.
Is there a way you can pretend?
Yeah, well, I can tell them I haven't found anybody, but I think after a while they're gonna. Are you going to stop them, Ramon?
Yes. And he looks at Amira.
Well, certainly we might be able to buy you some time. And we can always figure out what to do. But if you could just pretend for a couple of days, we might be able to help. I have another friend who is very persuasive, and he will also help. Between the four of us, we should be able to try to stop this from.
Is that the one who's dating Nana from the Bolton?
It is Saeed, yes. You saw the show. It's him, yes.
The news truly travels very fast.
Oh, yes.
I mean, dating is a strong term, kid. I mean, you're like, like, you don't understand, like, these kind of adult things yet. Like,
they're already calling them Nanid as a couple name.
I mean, yeah,
they're already being shipped.
Don't pay attention to everything the media says. I mean, I'm just saying, like, adult stuff. It's more complicated than that.
Well, with all that said, what shall we do about the sanitarium?
Well, we need to go talk to people there.
If we start snooping around, then we will draw attention to ourselves.
True. But I think our scene in the bazaar earlier probably drew attention to ourselves already.
Should we simply go and walk up to the sanitarium and ask questions there?
What we need is to see how they evaluate people and what exactly they're doing, right?
Yes. Aram, perhaps you could help us. Uh, Perhaps you could go into the sanitarium and relay to us what you see by one of Cyrus's brilliant technological inventions. A small camera, perhaps?
Yeah, I think I could work something like that up.
I mean, if I go in there, they might find out. And he kind of looks in the mirror.
That's true.
Yes, it's a great risk that you'll be taking for us. But we also know that you're in there. If you're ever in great trouble, we would go in there and rescue you. Perhaps if there's a shady thing that's going on, the video that you take and the sounds that you record could help us expose them and bring the authority to open up what's in there and solve all this problem.
I think for Aram, it might be too big of a risk.
Well, then perhaps it may have to be one of us.
That was what I was thinking. They know us, though. They know us very well. We've been on the vids and, on the bulletin. Perhaps if we say, I don't know.
Well, maybe I can whip something up to make us not us.
Well, seldom I have done this, but he grabs his turban and takes it off. And
Oh,
Raman's bald.
It's
Wow.
well, that's one experience point. We just found out that Ramon's bald.
Yep, that's right.
There you go.
That's not exactly what I was thinking, though. That is interesting, Ramon. I was thinking maybe more like I could whip up some kind of hologram to do a disguise. I mean, I guess I could do it on a mirror since, I mean, you're the one good at gathering information. Though I'm not sure if your looks have anything to do with it. Because I mean, obviously you're hot, and I don't think I can make a hologram that hot.
I'm sure they have something to do with it, darling. But
I mean, I could at least generate something up random, and you could go in there and maybe, I don't know, ask some questions.
do you think it would be a problem if we just went in there as ourselves? I think it's just be one of us.
I mean, I think it would be a problem if we went in there. I mean, like, we did have a brawl in the street earlier.
Well, Captain, you know all of us better than we do ourselves. You know that I only pilot and I shoot. That's all I do. If I were to go there and try to gather information, I'm afraid it will be a disaster.
I mean, you already know how I am with communication. Not that great. You, however, are really good with communication. And I'm pretty sure I could do something to hide your face. So I'm not exactly sure how you would pull it off, but I mean, it's an option that's open at least.
True.
If we all disguise ourselves and have Amira do the talking, I believe that may be the only way.
All right. Certainly can try.
But we would
I'm
definitely
not
need
sure if
your
I could
pointers in
disguise
how to
all of
disguise.
us I'm not sure if I could disguise all of us. I mean, I don't think so.
Well, as I've mentioned, no one has seen me underneath my turban.
Oh, but your face is so memorable, Roman.
Yeah, I
That
agree.
is true.
I think
I
even being
mean,
bald, people will recognize you.
I'm just if you're willing to take the risk, Captain, then I'll make you up something to hide your face.
There is no way that I'm going to shave my face.
No?
I'm not
Uh,
sure. I'm not sure that. I'm not sure that. Oh, crap. What's his, Saeed would agree with you taking the risk, but then again, I mean, you take risks that Saeed never agrees with anyway. So
I take risks that he understands.
I don't think this would be one that he would understand. Not that I'm trying to force anything. I'm just trying to be helpful here. I think it's really the only play we have.
I would feel better if we were to infiltrate the place to wait for Saeed. Not to say that we're slouch in battle or
Well,
in getting out of trouble, but with Saeed around, I would feel a lot safer.
He's
I
always
mean,
made me feel safe as well.
we need some information about the place. I mean, I might get information on like the blueprints of the building, maybe even hack into their security cameras to see the inside. But
That sounds like a brilliant idea.
right, I'm just saying, like, if we need information that may not be held in the computers, which is
What?
why I think Amira going in and asking some questions in her Amira-ish way might be useful.
How about we do one thing at a time? It is safer for you to hack into the system, so we could have you do the computer work, and then if there are some information that we lack, then we could take the risk ourselves and go in there.
As you're having this
I mean,
conversation, you realize, like all of a sudden, like there's that pause where Ramon makes his statement and you're thinking about it. It's very quiet. All that hustle and bustle that you had heard earlier, people yelling and kids screaming and playing in the streets and the noise in the plaza below. It's like all you hear is just like a low murmur of voices, and you hear somebody yell, "Turn that up! Turn that up!" And they turn up, the screen or whatever with the bulletin playing, and you catch a bit of the news report. The emissary from Zine has disappeared.
The emissary from Zine has disappeared.
Yep, that's what you hear. And then, of course, people are murmuring and stuff, so you can't really make out the report because you guys are on the roof and it's all happening downstairs, down below.
Is she not the self-proclaimed avatar of an icon herself?
Yeah, I think she's claimed to be the judge, didn't they?
No, the judge is back
Something
on.
like that.
This one is the messenger, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
there
is
one
one
of
that's
them.
the judge, but this one I believe is the messenger.
Okay.
Now I don't. I need to know my Coriolis history. Yeah, this one's the messenger. I want to say the judge is back on the planet, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you hear that. You move to the edge, maybe of the building to look down. You can see the people have gathered around. And people are talking and murmuring, and they're like looking at bulletin screens that are on the street. And there's a news report going on that they're kind of watching to see what's going on. Of course, obviously, Aram comes over and looks too, and he looks very nervous. And he says, "Oh no! Those who follow and those who oppose the emissary are not going to take well to this."
No, they are not. This is going to cause a lot of problems.
Maybe a lot of bloodshed here on Coriolis Station.
All right, so you will. There's a whole lot of. All right, go ahead, talk. There's a whole lot of box text. So get ready for a box text dump.
Okay.
Say what you want to say first. Let me get my voice ready.
I was just going to say that I hope that the Order hasn't actually tried to kidnap the emissary because they were wanting to extradite him, right, to go stand trial. Oh, this is going to be bad.
There's a lot of stuff going on. Exactly. So you hear news snippets, even from up there, kind of coming over the bulletin. So I'll read them in my newsy voice.
Okay.
We've just received word that the news about the emissary having disappeared does indeed appear to be true, and that the investigation has been turned over to the adjudicators. We turn to Hardik Mara, bulletin representative at the council, for an update. Thank you, Jabal. Rumors about the emissary's disappearance started to circulate this morning as the emissary, who attends the meetings of the council as an observer capacity, did in fact not attend yesterday's council meeting. Which you can confirm as you were at the meeting, right? That's right, Jabal. The emissary's chair was empty during the meeting, and all attempts to contact the emissary today have failed. Now, excuse me, Mr. Marat. Reports are just coming in about crowds gathering out in the ring around the Spring Plaza. Our reporter, Mafra Sarman, is on the scene and knows more. Thank you, Jabal. Rumors are spreading quickly, and people are already gathering here to express their despair, sorrow, or anger over the disappearance of the emissary. The first to gather appeared to have been a group of pilgrims destined for Zine Station, where the emissary known as the Judge resides. And more people are arriving every minute. It looks as if some form of protest is being organized, but against who or what is uncertain. The guard is understaffed, but doing their best to keep the crowds confined to the plaza. That's the plaza down below. You guys aren't super close to that. Back to you, Jabal. Thank you, Mafra. Reports are coming in from all around the station from people claiming to have seen the emissary. Just recently, we heard from a very agitated slummer saying the emissary just floated past him in a corridor in the cellar. The situation is likely to be chaotic for some time in regards to what has actually happened. Isn't that right, Marnik Hara? Yes. Oops, get away. Yes, the Oprah fumes in the cellar have already produced some rather fantastical eyewitness reports about so-called new mystics, and one could expect more of the same to follow now. What will disappearance of the emissary mean for the Third Horizon? I now have Boro Bahari, noted icon scholar, with me to answer that question. What is your opinion with this, Mr. Bahali? Well, right now it's hard to say. I'm role-playing by myself. Well, right now it's hard to say what will come out of it. People are undoubtedly in shock over what happened. Many view the arrival of the emissaries as a sign that the return of the icons was close at hand. Are you referring here to the myths about how the icons, after teaching mankind how to travel the void, promised to return to humanity's darkest hour? Correct? Yes, but that's only one of the many apocryphal stories about the icons flourishing within the church. And thank you, Mr. Broa. We will be back to you to Mafra Samran, our reporter on the streets, who has been asking passerby at the ring what they think about today's events. Over to you, Mafra. Thank you, Jabal. They're always saying thank you, Jabal. Thank you, Jabal. I'm standing here with Sari Nafaran. What does the experience of the emissary mean to you? Well, it's all because of these new mystics. They siphon energy off the emissary, you see. They channel the dark and the wrath of the icons. And, okay, that's about it for now. And we'll catch back up on the story later. And then it cuts around. And whew, that was a lot to read. So, basically, the news is going crazy. The emissary is missing. And has been, at least for a day, I guess, it looks like. And you can see that out in the plazas, people are gathering. Protests, possibly riots are forming. And yeah, you guys are on the roof. What do you want to do? What is your plan now that the Coriolis station is about to go nuts?
Raman looks at Amira and Cyrus and says, perhaps we should take this opportunity of chaos to rush in there into the sanitarium and learn more about it.
Just going to say, I don't know how well guarded things are going to be now. It might be a good time.
I mean, sure. I mean, what have we got to lose other than our lives?
Excellent. So what's the plan? What is it that you want Aram to do, if anything, and what are you guys going to do?
Yeah. Vermont.
Raman looks at Aram and says, "Aram, would you like to come with us?" And he smiles.
He says, he kind of looks at you, and he doesn't move his mouth at all, and you hear his voice inside his head, and he says, inside your head, and he says, I have the mystic disease. I don't want them to find me.
It would be exciting.
No, I don't think Aram wants to go with us, Raman. Raman. I'm going to screw that up eventually.
Raman looks dejected.
I mean,
I don't think we necessarily have to go in. We could just...
let's just scout the outside of the building, or let's just scout the outside for now.
Yeah,
and,
everything is
tonight.
chaos.
I'll do some research online.
Right. The sanitarium is down below. Essentially, you guys are in the ring.
Okay.
It is down basically in the cellar, so it's quite a distance from where you're at. But you can head back towards the plazas, where, of course, the two sides, those who believe that the emissary was in fact an icon, and those that don't, are starting to have conflicts in the street. Somehow they've, like, where they get these cardboard boxes and Sharpies, nobody knows, but they've got signs, and they're yelling, the messenger has arrived, and the messenger is a false messenger, and that kind of stuff's happening as you're kind of coming into the plaza. And you get a buzz on your communicator, Amira.
Okay.
It is Jaros Cumbra. Jaros, I guess I say. Jaros Cumbra. You know Jaros.
I do, our patron.
That's right. So he pops up in your communicator, and he says, oh, I'm glad I got through. The lines are getting, and you actually see it like, he's like, lots of trouble happening here. And you know what trouble means?
Money.
That's right. So, none other than Karan, Judge Karan, has asked to meet you at Alcabar's. Alcabar's, right? That's the restaurant up top.
Yep.
Alcamar's. At Alcamar's. Tonight. Apparently there's something more to this disappearance, whether, than meets the eye, if a judge is reaching out to you directly.
Judge
You
Karan?
guys are getting well known, yes. She's Karan, yeah, Kuran, and if you have culture, you can roll it to see what you might know about her.
Okay, I do. Let's see. My character sheet. Alright, what's my culture? 3. It's empathy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, just 1 success.
1, okay, so you know a little bit. Okay, well, number 1. Her title is, or her full name is, Nigella Karan Dole Frahas.
Hmm?
Yeah, so I'll give you that. Because that's just very cool. All right.
It's cool.
There you go. That's her full title. She is the youngest judge, actually, was one of the youngest judges in the station. She kind of catapulted to the top through some kind of high-profile cases. You know that she's you only got a little bit, so I'm not going to give too much. You know that she's Xenathian, and that she's part of the consortium, that she has a faction standing there. And by the way, the Dol Fasra is an honorary suffix given to all the publicly appointed judges. So that means that she has the power of justice system. So she could basically, she's a judge, as you might imagine. And in certain, they still have trial by jury and stuff if it's in certain cases, but judges do have the right to just pass judgment on the spot. So it's a very powerful role in the station to be a judge, especially for somebody so young. Yeah, that's basically what you know.
And she wants to meet at Alkemar's tonight.
That's right. Yeah, specifically your group. Okay, so there was actually I don't think did I make it a handout? Let's see if I made it a handout. Where are my handouts? She actually sent over an invitation. Oh yeah, there it is. There's an invitation. There we go. Show to players. All players. Save. Show to players. You see it now? She sends it over like a little. It's like a. I mean, you get it as an electronic message because clearly in the situation you weren't where it could be handed to you. So, yeah, you get it as like a little. He takes a picture of it with his phone and sends it to you. Jara does. I look forward to discussing our common concerns tonight at Akamar's. I would like to assist you in your current undertaking. May the gambler smile on your efforts. Her Excellency, Judge Nigella Karan Dol Frasra.
Well, I look at Ramon and Cyrus and I say, oh, well, I'm still talking to Jairus, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, he's on the phone with you.
Yeah, we will certainly meet her.
Yeah.
I think we would need some help with everything that's going on.
Looks like she needs help too, and I gotta tell you, this one looks pretty good. She's already put down 20 as a retainer.
Nice.
Yeah, good job with that Gazalage. Boy, you guys are really getting some. Just don't screw it up. Not that I think you would, but remember that other pilot that you had?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't worry. Ramon is much better than that guy was.
Oh yes, best pilot on the
Third Horizon.
From what I've heard.
And he smiles when his name's mentioned.
We do love you, Ramon.
Well, I've been with you for the past couple of years, so
I know you're the best.
I do hope to fly the plane, fly the ship for at least 2 more years. Any thoughts?
I will keep you with me for as long as I can.
I'm glad to hear that, Amira. Captain, but you mentioned Alcamar's. We will be going there to meet the judge.
Yes, tonight, and I actually think this changes things because she could possibly help us. Although, I mean, it's the consortium, so you never know. But we should at least hear what she has to say before we make any other plans about what to do about the sanitarium. Because she said help us with our current endeavor. So.
Raman nods and looks over at Cyrus.
What do you think, Cyrus? I do value your opinion.
I'm not really sure what to think right now. I mean, I guess it would be good to meet this person, right?
Yes, you don't typically turn down invitations from the judges.
Especially when they pay 20,000 beer.
Yeah. And they want to meet at a fancy restaurant?
Yes, and she looks at you and she says, I'm going to have to loan you some clothes, darling.
I have clothes. I mean, like, just because I like to dress like this doesn't mean I don't have clothes.
Okay. Forgive me.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's all good. And then she gives Ramon a look like, oh shit, I don't actually have clothes.
And Raman holds up his hand and says, I have to say, all these years on Coriolis, I've never, ever been to this place before. My, by the icons, Alcamaras, that is a fancy place that we're going to meet
Yeah,
the judge.
it is fairly fancy. Tell you what, I'll borrow some of your clothes. I mean, I trust your fashion sense.
All right. I look at Aram because he's probably like, you guys are crazy.
Well,
I think we've already left there.
He seems
Well,
fascinated
Aram-
by. Well, he's sitting on top of the roof still currently. He seems
really?
pretty fascinated by this whole conversation.
well, Aram, I heard that you're looking for some things to do, a job perhaps.
Yes, yes. Well, they let me go for reasons I don't really like to talk about at the docks.
He looks at the captain and says, well, perhaps if things go right, Aram could work alongside with us. He seems like a pretty good fella.
If we can solve a few things first.
Here on the dock side, perhaps. Well, Aram, I think the rest of the work is for us, and you should probably not worry your parents too much.
Yeah, he nods. And
If
says,
nothing else, I could maybe help him find a job. I do have connections.
Of course you do.
Please thank your father for the baklava. He's truly a legend.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for everything you've done. I felt lost, and now I think that we will see an end to this. That I just he looks over at Amir and he says, "When you see Nor, tell her that I'm sorry." And then he kind of just walks away quickly and jumps down and glides down off the roof.
Raman looks at Cyrus and he says, I believe in about a decade or so, he will become the greatest baklava chef in the world.
You think he's going to be in the family business, Ramon?
He smiles, perhaps.
Hey. Right now, I want some anakish. Let's go see if any vendors are open.
Well, let's get some clothes and some food and prepare for the meeting.
Don't eat too much. Alcamars is the best.
I should get some maniquiche from there. Bet they have some really good maniquiche.
What time of day is it? How much time do we have? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
She just says, do you think they have cheesy bites at Alchemist?
I don't think they're called that. And they're probably not the kind of cheese you're used to. But maybe.
You let's see. So you guys had run around. That whole thing happened.
Yeah, how much time?
It's actually. Yeah, I think you were supposed to originally meet her at the. Yeah, it's kind of late at night actually. So I mean, not super late, but it's evening. So maybe it's going to be you're meeting tomorrow after the broadcast. That makes more sense. I think it's because you asked that because I lost track of time. Because you guys you were supposed to meet at 6:00 Nor, and all this stuff's happened this one night, right? It hasn't. You guys haven't slept yet, so it's probably 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, at least. So yeah, we'll say that it's tomorrow after the broadcast because remember the bulletin broadcast with Nana is in the morning.
Right.
So I mean, not that she couldn't meet you in the middle of the night, but she's going to give you time.
Oh.
To get ready.
So then we can get some medication from a street vendor tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you could for sure.
I guess. Are we staying at your place or are we just gonna split up like usual?
That is up to you. You're welcome at my place. You know, Althea is there. I hope she's still there. She's supposed to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
Should we still hack into their computer?
Oh
Because we
yeah,
do have some time.
yeah. I think it would be better if I did do that at at
Your garage or your place?
I was actually going to say at your place because you have a better Wi-Fi connection.
Oh, okay.
She's actually just trying to get closer to that Opar.
Well, that's fine. With everything that's happening, everyone's welcome. I'm afraid I only have the one spare room, but you can sleep in the parlor area. There's plenty of pillows and things.
I mean, I don't think Ramon minds sleeping on the couch.
Well, I do not.
On the divan, yes.
There is a simulator, correct?
On the what?
Nothing.
She doesn't have
A
couches.
simulator?
She's fancy. She has divan.
Divans, yeah. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I think
Amira, you do have a simulator to keep me occupied there, right?
Simulator? A pilot simulator?
Yes, of course.
I suppose you could bring one up on the screen. If you'd
That is
like.
excellent.
Bring your PS5.
That's what he means.
But
Pilot System 5.
But we definitely should get back there with some food and stuff because we need to check on Althea anyway. So
Heck yeah, I'm gonna go look for a. I'm sure like I know where to get cheesy bites and maniquiche and that kind of stuff, like the good vendors, See if they're open first.
Yeah, I mean, if you go into any of the plazas, you're going to see that there's unrest everywhere. Most of the vendors are kind of trying to close up their shops because people are like literally fighting in the streets. Like you're sitting on top of a roof having a conversation about food, and there's like people down in the streets like screaming at each other with the.
yeah, all the more reason to get back to the apartment.
Brawls going on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could try to go to the plaza and see if you can get some food, but you will be walking right into the middle of demonstrations. I mean, you can certainly do it.
I guess not. I mean, let's just order. Let's just order in.
I do not think that is an option, Cyrus.
Well,
I don't believe anybody would be willing to deliver us food in this chaos.
Well, then how are we going to eat?
let's just get back to the apartment. There is food there.
Yeah, and in the Spire, there's not going to be that problem, you would imagine. Because remember that Amira lives up in the Spire. She's not in the Spire. She's not.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yeah, she's not. Yeah, she's not.
But if you go to
street
the
urchin
plazas
like we
that
are.
are down here, yeah, because the Spire is not just like an apartment building; it's like a whole place. Like there's vendors and everything up there too. Everything's like way more expensive, of course.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So go up there. Maniquiche, cheesy bites.
Let's mooch off of Amira for a little while.
Yeah. Exactly. She's got the money.
You're my crew. I'll take care of you. And then she does kind of. Oh, Cyrus, the judge must give me patience.
Yeah. So yeah, you're able to do that. I mean, you get through there. There's definitely if you avoid areas where there's unrest, you don't really have any issue getting back. It probably takes a little longer than you would have liked because you need to it's like, oh, there's something going on down there. I'm going to go this way. So it takes you a little bit longer, but you eventually get back to your place, and it's of course much quieter in the Spire. In fact, when you get to the elevator area, they've stationed guards there, and you have to show some ID that this is actually you live up there before they let you up. And of course, once you're up there, it's much more quiet, and you're able to get some food and get back to your place. And of course, Althea is there. She's there, chilling out, hanging out.
On the way, up the elevator, Raman, looks at Amira and Cyrus and says, "What do you think has actually happened to the emissary? Do you think she has really vanished from the prayers and people siphoning off the powers of the icon? Or perhaps you believe that she has been kidnapped?"
It is really hard to say. it is quite possible that the Order of the Pariah has something to do with this.
What is your hunch, Captain?
You know, Ramon, I wouldn't want to make any kind of statement. We don't know much about the emissary. We don't know their agenda. We don't know much about it.
I was just curious of your own opinion, nothing else. What about you, Cyrus?
Are we back in the apartment now?
You could wait to speak till you get there if you want. I think he was asking you in the elevator, though.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't. I kind of missed the question, to be honest.
Yeah, he asked you, what your thoughts are on the, missing emissary, whether if you think that she's been captured, or if she actually vanished,
Uh,
from all the prayers or whatnot.
I mean, I like how like how would the first like I'm firstborn or whatever, or first come. So like I'm probably a bit more. I'm like my character is more religious than like Ramon would be, of course. But like I'm wondering, like, how do the first come? Like, I mean, is it split as far as like some believe that she was the messenger and some don't, or like are the first come kind of like on one side or the other?
Right, unless you're from Zine, I guess, where they came from. Those people are pretty much are 100% sure. I would say that most first come are torn because some of them are obviously they believe in the icons and they venerate them, and they believe that the icons will come back someday. Whether or not they believe these people that say they're the icons, that's kind of it could go either way, you know.
It's
Yeah, I want to say Cyrus just says like I mean, I have great respect for the icons and the messenger as someone I find myself praying to often. Being that most of my field of study and work, uh, the messenger resides over science and technology and those kinds of things. Uh, you know, I have a hard time. Like, I have a hard time believing that this person, like, I mean, I've never seen any proof that they actually are the messenger. Come. I mean, if I've never seen proof of that. I think, like, if not, then, I don't know. Part of me hopes that the judge, uh, or maybe the Lady of Tears has come and brought her before the judge to answer for the things that she's done. You know, um,
Perhaps you're right. It is
I mean,
just that.
that's kind of what I hope. But I mean, I don't know. I guess if she's not actually the messenger, I think I could easily see this as a political stunt. She disappears for a few days, gets people all riled up, and then, magically comes back, and from her vacation.
Well,
I don't know.
Cyrus, aren't you from Mira? Are you
I
from
am.
Mira? Somebody was from Mira, right?
Yes, I am.
Right. So mirror is that's why I said Zine, but mirror is the where the icons are, where they came from, where they believe in them. I should say, right?
No. They're the ones that the Order shut down the Pilgrim's route to Mira because of they want him extradited, right?
Right. That's right. Yeah, they don't believe.
You're right. They're from the emissaries are from Zine, but I think Cyrus was from Mira, and Mira is where they shut all the trade routes down.
Okay,
That
cool.
is
Yeah.
actually
So
true.
then, yeah. So then, yeah. I think Cyrus is on. I think Cyrus would be like, yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
sure that I believe she's the messenger. I'm not sure I believe any of these who say that they are the messenger incarnate. Don't get me wrong. I totally believe that the messengers will come again one day, but I think that they would come all at once, and I think that when they come, we will know for sure that they are the messengers. These people who claiming they're the messenger. I think this is a political stunt. She'll disappear for a little while, get everyone riled up, and then she'll come back, and all of her sheep will be amazed.
I
Oh,
see. And Raman just looks at you and says, "I just wanted to ask you what your thoughts are. I do not know what to believe. That's all."
Yes. Well, you know, Raman, I am a first come as well, but raised in the temple, the religion is a little bit different. We still believe in the icons, but it's not quite as fervent as those in the Order of the Pariah, and I don't know what to believe either. I have a feeling this is something bigger than it seems. If you want my true opinion, I think something's happened. I think either somebody's taken her, or I don't think it's the mystics, if you're asking my opinion.
Yeah, Raman just nods. He's like, "Well, whenever I pray, things happen. So that's all I need."
Oh yes, the icons are real. Whether the emissary is the icons incarnate, we'll have to see.
Yeah. I mean, I think if the emissaries were truly the icons, they would be able to show everyone. There wouldn't be any question about it.
Boy, this is a very, very long elevator ride.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So
It's
just so we have the stuff right. Just sorry, that is important, and so it's good to get it right. So the emissary that's on Coriolis, so the emissary that's in Zine claims to be incarnated judge.
Right?
The one that's actually on the Coriolis station, pilgrims and believers call that emissary the messenger, but that emissary has never claimed to be the messenger themselves. So that's what it is. Just so you know, like where that stands.
Okay.
But the one on Zine said, and what Nikki says is absolutely right. Thank you for catching that. That right on the mirror and people want to shut them down because they don't believe in the. That's the order of pariah is from there and all that other stuff. So yeah, they think they're false prophets essentially. Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically.
Raman quips, "I wonder what Said would say."
What
He
would
would say,
Saeed say?
trust in the icons.
Right.
That's what he would say. Let's go pray at the temple.
Nice. Okay, so let's do this. Let's cut to. I mean, you're gonna do some tech rolls, right? To see what you can find out about the. You're gonna try to hack the sanatorium there. So that's Datagen.
yeah. While I'm eating some while I'm eating and everything.
Yeah, you keep going places and asking for cheesy bites, and they basically just give you some couscous. You have
or
no
some
idea
halam or some halamai.
Amira has cheese, but it's like feta and goat cheese.
Yeah, like that's basically what halamai is. It's like grilled,
Yep.
like goat cheese.
Yeah.
I'll just say that's what cheesy bites are.
Right, the goat cheese rolled in couscous. So you
Also pick up some kafta.
if you're trying to get into like anything like pretty deep, you'll need to do. It's going to be a hard datagen, so it's going to be -2. And yes, you can use your computer as a.
I am going I think right now what I want to do is basically surface stuff. One thing I'd like to bring up if I can, and you can tell me how hard this is, like how difficult it'll be, of course. But basically, like I kind of want to get into the cameras so that I can get a basic layout of the building.
I love that you think that's basic. You want to hack the camera systems on Coriolis. That's not basic. Not even close.
Okay. I mean, like, I think of it like, I don't, like, in real life, I understand that would be difficult, but I think of it like in movies, that's always like super easy, right? It's always like in the movies, it's just like, all right, I'm going to like hack the cameras. I'm in.
Yeah, well, if you're an expert, so datagen -2, you can get into the cameras. You mean the cameras in the streets or the ones inside the building?
Inside the building. I tell you what, I'm just gonna go for a deep dive. I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it.
Yeah, to get to the cameras in the streets, you're just not. I'm going to say it's just beyond what you could do because that's you'd have to hack Coriolis itself.
Yeah.
But to get into the sanitarium, you could do that with a Daijin -2. You could probably pop into that.
All right. So technology or no Dedigen?
Daijin -2. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Nope.
No successes.
No.
I believe in you, Cyrus. You can do this.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to pray for this one. I don't think it's that important. Yeah, I'm just gonna say, no, they have a pretty extensive firewall. I can't find any weight points in their, you know, software shields.
Raman looks pretty lost.
Well, you tried.
Yeah, I mean, what you do find, I mean, and it's probably fairly common knowledge, is that the sanatorium in general, it's not just for, obviously, this. I mean, it's not specifically for the mystic disease at all. They are essentially something like you might consider like a Red Cross, like in this world, like they help people that are like when there's disasters, like they bring medical aid and stuff, and also they're almost like free clinics, so like poor people that get hurt can go there. You all practically, probably, I think every one of you has been a decent, high enough station in life that you probably never had to use a Order of Faria clinic, but it's the kind of thing that somebody who didn't really have any money or was very, very low income would use. You don't actually find any information, which might seem strange, about the whole mystic thing. Like you saw those pamphlets, the printed ones, but you don't find any evidence of those pamphlets online, like on their websites or whatever. Yeah, you ceased other things, like if you have lice, whatever you might have, or you get bit by a rat, come to the sanitarium. But you don't see anything about mystic disease. If you remember that, I'm assuming you showed everybody the other handout there, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, yeah. Yes,
Yeah, there's things in here about all kinds of different diseases that they help treat, but there's nothing in here at all about mystics. I can at least tell you that from the surface level, from just their website, and I don't see any doctors that say that they are specialized in this or anything else. They don't mention it at all, actually.
So it could be another. They could be using the sanatorium's name without the knowledge of the actual organization, the sanatorium.
Perhaps. Or maybe the sanatorium could be in on it. Maybe they're purposely hiding information.
Perhaps I should just simply walk into the sanitarium and claim that I have been developing these strange powers. I'm just
they know
simply
who you
worried
are, Ramon.
that we will lose Noor if we take too long.
I mean, but they know who you are, Ramon. You can't just, they would see right through that.
I do not think my face is that recognizable, especially when I disguise myself.
Ramon, you just won first place in a huge, championship race. Like everyone knows what your face looks like. Now, no offense, buddy. If any of us have a chance of getting in there at all to talk to anyone, it's Amira, and I'd be willing to help Amira disguise herself. But I really don't think there's any way you're going to go in. I mean, because we'd have to also disguise your voice, and it's just I don't see it happening.
Perhaps you're right.
I think
I would
we
say
should talk
just
to
a couple of things I just want to clarify too. Sorry, I said that it was in the cellar, but it's not the sanatorium. It's in the core. It's just lower than you are, but it's not right where you are. Also, Amira's pretty famous.
Yeah,
what's your reputation?
But the thing is I think I could do something to at least disguise Amira physically, her physical appearance.
No, I know that. I just want to point that because her reputation is what, 8 now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your reputation?
And
Probably the same.
I think it's 7.
yeah, so I mean, like Amira's like the talker, so that's why I'm willing to try and disguise Amira, come up with something that could disguise Amira. But
Well, as much as I would hate to lose Noor, I think we should wait to talk to the judge. She might be able to help us. You know, we're not going to go tonight anyway. It's like really late.
yeah, I
Do you
agree.
think she has more information about Noor?
I think she might have information about about the disappearances. I'll say that.
Do you think that perhaps the emissary's disappearance is linked to the disappearances of all these talented people?
I absolutely think that, yes.
You think that the same people may be behind it?
That is my gut feeling. I could be wrong, Ramon, but that is what I think, yes.
Well, you're usually right about your gut feelings. I trust you on this, Captain.
Before we or like I said, I'll talk about it like while we're sitting here. I want to try to set up like a like maybe as like a security alarm or something. I want to set up something like maybe using the cameras around the building or something. If I to like if any in case anyone comes towards Amira's place tonight, like we'll get an alert, like our communicators will go off or something to alert us. Because I'm worried that those guys we fought off in the market, I'm worried they might, like they know who we are now, and they, probably wouldn't be that hard to find out where Amira lives, where we all live, really. So I want to set up some kind of alarm thing to do that. And if I have to, in order to like make it more sophisticated, I'll use my gearhead ability to do so.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you're going to tap into the actual Coriolis cameras, that's just beyond anything you would be able to do without special access.
Yeah.
But she probably has a camera on the outside of her door, like a normal security camera. So I don't see why you couldn't just make that work. You don't have to roll anything for that. She's got a security camera. She probably just turn it on.
Yeah, and we know they know where I live, because right? Didn't we have a fight outside the apartment at one point?
Not a fight, but there was somebody who came to visit you.
Yeah.
Could I set up something so that if someone tries to like hack the camera or something, it'll alert us?
Yeah, for that you'll have to do data gen.
Okay, I'll do my data. I'll do my data gen. Do I get my computer to do it?
Yep, you can use your computer, and it'll just be a normal. You're just basically putting an alert if somebody tries to break into the.
Failure.
New computer. You gotta update that Windows.
Yeah.
Windows needs to be updated.
Raman just make sure that his weapon's working. The accelerator pistol. Yep, it works.
Yep. Accelerator pistol, one of the best weapons in the. Just don't shoot it through the.
I assume though that like I don't necessarily know I failed. Like I think I've put up security walls. It's just like
I think
like there's.
It's not since it wasn't a contested check. You would know. You just look at it and you're just like, you know what? I can't really make it work the way that I want to. It's just not possible because it could be. I mean, depending on what kind of camera she has or whatever, it's like it could just be that. It's just
You're gonna need to buy. You're gonna need to buy a Xenix 32.
All right, that's good.
If you want, I could just charge it to your card right now and have it shipped to your house.
Yeah, just keep it like just ask the little voice activated computer. Order the blah blah. All right, I think we're getting close to 9. Anything else you guys want to interject tonight? Before I think we'll go to the restaurant tomorrow. Next week. Tomorrow. We start next week, and hopefully we'll have a full crew for the interview with the judge.
Raman, looks at Cyrus's console and says, Let me get a crack at it. I would like to hack into the sanitarium to see if I could get any information.
You're
And
not going
then,
to touch my computer.
and then he cracks his
Nope.
knuckles.
You're not going to touch my computer.
Okay. Well, you can still
This is my
log in
computer.
from the space. You just won't get the computer. You won't get the bonus. Yeah, I mean, there's
Yeah.
screens. And I'm sure that Amira's apartment's got a info.
One
deck
of-
or whatever.
One of
Yes, he
Amira's
does.
consoles, and he tries to hack into sanitarium, and
Yeah, it'll be damaging. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
there you go. Yep,
Yeah.
failure, as
Nah.
expected.
Nothing exciting. Would you like to?
Amira just wants. No, she's just gonna step out onto her balcony and kind of watch, make sure the crowds aren't getting too close, too rowdy near the spire.
Yeah, you can look out, of course, from your balcony down into the street. You can see that there's unrest. You can see that there's even possibly if you're outside now, you maybe even occasionally hear what sounds like a shot of a like a taser type gun or whatever that they might use for crowd control. As the core is not the core, sorry, the ring is basically erupting into a combat zone from the tension of the emissary being missing. And yeah, we'll fade out with Amir out on the balcony and Rahman playing video games.
And while oh sorry.
Yeah, no, I was going to answer Cyrus. What are you doing?
Since we're all done here, I'm smoking up some Opar.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so you're doing that. Let's go and let's do experience points. Might as well. We always forget to do them live. Might as well do them live so if people are watching and they want to see how Coriolis operates. So each session we go through a list of questions, and if you can say yes to this question, you get an experience point. Hey. All right. So did you participate in the session?
Yes.
I feel like everybody participated, except for Mike, but he's not here to answer it. Did you overcome a difficult challenge to help your crew to reach its current goal?
I mean, we tracked down that kid
Okay.
and questioned him. That was difficult.
Okay.
Hmm.
Fair enough. No?
Cool.
No, that'll work.
Yeah, I mean, if you think so. Did you put yourself or your crew at risk because of your personal problem?
I did
not.
not.
Not this time. Well, I tried so hard,
Tried.
but
Did you learn something new about yourself or another PC? Well, we learned that Rahman was bald. You only get one of those. If no more baldness reveals for experience points.
Yeah. Next session, I pull off my wig.
Right. Each time I'm bald. All right. Did you sacrifice or risk something for your PC buddy? That would be either Rahman or Cyrus, because
No.
unfortunately, Amira's PC buddy is not there.
I tried to come up with an event to do so, but I never got to.
Oh, sorry. Did you act? Oh, yeah. Everybody acted in accordance with the icons. We had a lot of
Yep,
icon talk.
for sure.
Everybody had that, yeah. All right, good.
Yep.
So everybody gets that many experience points, whatever that adds up to be. I think 4. And when you have 5 points, you can increase a skill, right, or take a talent. I think that usually those proper terms.
Yep.
And yeah, until next time,
Yep.
we'll start off next time with everybody in fancy clothes at the second time at Alchemar's restaurant, a place where people
Nice.
wait months and months to get invitations. This will be the second time this party has been there. So
awesome.
I guess you guys are high rollers.